we're now in conversation with the management of a newly listed company, NTPC Green. Now, the IPO stood at a total issue size of 10,000 crores. And to speak about the road ahead, we're joined by the Chairman and Managing Director of NTPC and NTPC Green Energy, Mr. Gurdeep Singh, as well as the Director of Finance, Mr. Jaikumar Srinivasan. Welcome to the show and congratulations on the listing. Let me start off by asking on how the 75% of the proceeds will be used for debt repayments. How will these debt repayments be carried out forward?
Good morning. Yes, we have indicated about debt repayment initially. Broadly, this 10,000 crores would be utilized for capital expenditure only, because we have a huge capacity addition planned up. But on a more immediate basis, when we mop up this money, we'll be retiring some of the debts on the balance sheet, and subsequently when the capital expenditure happens, we'll have to again go for the fresh loans.
Got it. Let's talk about the capacity under construction and under pipeline. 14 gigawatts of contracted capacity, 9.2 under pipeline. What's the kind of mix in terms of solar, hybrid, and other various types of renewable energy projects? And is there a targeted mix that the company aims to get at?
The capacity, as was indicated, right now we have operating capacity of 3.232 gigawatt, and we have another 13.58 gigawatt under construction and awarded, and we have a further portfolio of in the pipeline of 9.18, which we are working on. So there is a visible pipeline of around 26.08 gigawatt. So this is what we are working on. Predominantly, this would be comprising of solar capacity. So you can roughly take a ratio of 80:20. 80% will be coming through solar, 20% will be through wind, and there will be some element of storage component in that.
Got it. And from my understanding, on average, how much revenue does the company earn per megawatt in terms of solar energy?
Can you repeat the question?
How much revenue does the company earn or generate per megawatt in terms of solar energy?
We generate, I can tell you in terms of EBITDA per megawatt, it will be around 65 lakhs per megawatt.
Got it. And you have all of this capacity lined up. How is the future capacity expansion coming into place? What are the targets, and how will the yearly capacity additions take place?
See, it is like we have set out a target of 60 gigawatt as a broad plan up to financial year 32. But on a more immediate basis, I was explaining to you that we have a capacity under construction of close to 13.5 gigawatt. A further 9.18 gigawatt, which is under negotiation, so a total gigawatt of 26 is there. And as far as the commissioning is concerned, this year we'll be commissioning 3 gigawatt. Next year we target around 5 gigawatt, and the year next it would be 8 gigawatt. So that would be, so by the end of financial year 2017, we hope to have a capacity of 19 gigawatt.
Okay. Good. You mentioned
going further, it will be we'll be ramping it up to 60 gigawatt.
Got it, sir. You mentioned the ambitious capacity expansion plans. What kind of capex does the company expect in FY25 and for the next 3 to 5 years?
See, in terms of profitability, the PAT return is around 16%. So that is the kind of, and I mentioned to you about per gigawatt, we are having a EBITDA margin of close to 80 to 90% is our EBITDA margin. So a similar kind of a returns you can expect from the added capacities over the next 2-3 years.
Got it. And in terms of capex necessary to put up these capacities, what will the company incur in FY25 and going forward in the near term?
Incur in terms of investment?
Yeah, capital expenditure to set up these projects.
Capital expenditure would be, as far as I mentioned that we are maintaining a ratio of 80:20 for this identified capacities. and roughly 5 crores per gigawatt is the capital expenditure as far as solar is concerned. As far as wind is concerned, it would be on an average 8 crores per gigawatt.
Got it.
Sorry, 8 crores per megawatt.
Got it. And the company is also foraying into green hydrogen and battery energy storage. What's the outlook here? And could you give us an updates on what the company is working on in these two new energy spaces?
See, as of now, if you are just considering, we had been just only giving the details about 2030s, where the solar and wind is predominantly. But now this there is a this is storage capacity which is becoming viable, and we have started a bidding process on that. But going forward, the green hydrogen and green hydrogen-based derivatives will start playing its important role, but it's going to take about next 4 to 5 years at least. So as of now, we are not showing the major investment into that. We have already acquired 1,200 acres in Pudimadka, which is Visakhapatnam, which we have invested around 1,000 crores in that land, and we are developing that. So this is the developmental exercise. But if you go forward by 2030, there is a capex requirement of going up to the tune of the 5 lakh crores. The 60 gigawatt itself by 2030, it's going to require around 3.25 lakh crores in a total investment, and then there will be green hydrogen based molecules, and there will be also the storage capacity, which is going to be both in case of battery and pump storage. And we are also working on some other solutions for the storage, which is thermal as well as some of the carbon dioxide waste, like the pump storage on that.
Got it, sir. The company also inked an MOU with the Chhattisgarh State Power Generation Company for Renewable Projects. Could you give us more insight on what the MOU is about?
Yeah, I think Chhattisgarh is as late as yesterday,
yeah.
And it is, to start with, it is a small quantity of about 2 gigawatt, but going forward this will also be 10 gigawatt plus, because we are also targeting about the floating solar. There are many reservoirs in that, in addition to the land mounted. But as you will be knowing that we have already entered into the joint venture agreement with the state of Rajasthan, state of Maharashtra, and also state of Andhra Pradesh, where we are adding 25 gigawatt in Rajasthan, 25 gigawatt in Andhra, and around 20 gigawatt in Maharashtra. So put together, we are also lining up, this is huge land bank, and going forward, the adding to the capacity. So this is a tremendous growth and potential in the sector, and we will be able to work very fast in this area.
Got it. So, I also wanted to get an understanding on how the bidding pipeline is looking like. What kind of new orders or order inflows does the company expects, and the kind of tenders that have been floating around? What's your outlook there?
See, as Director Finance just mentioned, that we have the immediate target to commission 3 gigawatt this year by March. Next financial year we will be adding 5 gigawatt, and then FY27 we will be adding around 8 gigawatt. And the work is in progress so that we are able to reach to 60 gigawatt, not by 2032 what we had earlier said, but by 2030 itself. So there is a parallel work which is going on, whether it's a making the land availability, this evacuation facility, and then going for the bidding process as we plan then to synchronize the land plus the evacuation facility.
Yeah. And lastly, I'd like to end with, what are your expectations in terms of your financial performance for FY25 as a whole?
See, I am not able to just get you clearly what you have said, but I think if it is going to be what you are asking, we had been able to increase our like in FY22 we had the operating revenue of only 910 crore, which is in FY24 it is 1963 crore. And on the PAT basis also, this is increasing from 95 crore to 345 crores. So there is a very fast growth in these areas, because we have made all the available resources ready, and then only we had started the work. We are not started something that we are beginning and then waiting for the resources to come in.
So we are maintaining a good EBITDA margin as well as PAT margin, and looking at the growth trajectory, the financials are going to be much better.